So today we're doing a video on a guy that normally teaches men how to pick up women on Tinder and how to get laid fast. His game is very simple. He teaches men how to message women, how to get women into their house fast over a bottle of wine, and then how to get laid by those women within the first date. This time he's attempting to pick up women on a popular sugar dating website called Seeking Arrangements. So let's go ahead and watch the video.
There's a massive problem that's going on nowadays. And I think in this video, I'm going to be able to pinpoint it by taking you through an example of one girl who I encountered, because this is going to highlight what exactly is the issue that some girls are having nowadays. Again, this does not apply to all girls. There are, of course, some great girls out there, but there's also a lot of chicks who have some issues. So let's take
This guy's claiming that there's a massive problem. That women expect men to put in effort and spend money nowadays, as if this is something new. Women have been expecting this out of men for years. What actually changed nowadays is that there's women who are willing to go off to a stranger's house and get laid by a guy within the first time meeting him. And that guy could literally be the next Ted Bundy. What's even more funny is he's saying that women that don't expect men to put effort into paying or taking them out on dates, those are the great women out there. But the women that don't come over to this guy's house on the first date to get laid over a bottle of wine, those are the women that have issues. And just to add, this is exactly why you never ever take advice from a male dating coach, especially ones that teach manipulation, because they'll be the ones telling you that sucking a man off on the first date is okay, sleeping with a man on the first date is okay, paying for a man 50-50 is okay. Because they know if a girl they're dating ends up running into their videos and he all of a sudden admits he wouldn't respect a girl or would ghost a girl after sleeping with him on the first date, he'd lose his chances of getting laid. These male dating coaches that teach women, they teach women to become what they specifically want out of a woman. Now this guy specifically on this video, I think he only teaches men, I think. But there's plenty of male dating coaches out there that give crap advice to women, and I just think you need to be aware of it. So here we have their conversation. A bit weird that she started the conversation with, "Oh, I want to hear those whisperings in Russian." Seems like they had a conversation on Tinder before that, like before that message specifically. He might be hiding the previous messages, but let's pretend he's not. He goes on to message her saying that can be arranged over a bottle of wine. Girl, I don't care what other women teach you. From my personal experience, and maybe we can call it pure bad luck, but any guy offering you coffee or wine is cheap. I saw many stories of women saying it's okay to go for coffee with a man that's successful, it's fast, it's easy, yada yada. I've done it and I had absolute no luck. They try to make the next dates cheaper and cheaper, and yes, I made sure to go out with men that had money. So if you had luck, then talk to me. Maybe I can learn something, because for me personally, every time a guy starts out with dinner first date, those were simply my absolute best targets. Anyway, continuing on with the conversation, she leaves this guy on red and he messages again saying, "Don't be shy now." This line is super cringe, and I think many men that can't pick up women watch this guy, because I remember a few sending me this line when I left them on red. This guy looks desperate specifically because he sent this line on Tinder. If I'm on Tinder, I already know you're desperate and trying hard to get any girl that you can on there. You're swiping right on almost any girl that looks semi-healthy, enough for you to smash with, and messaging each one with the same lame pickup line that the other men have used millions of times. So if I leave you on red and you still message me, automatically it will just make any girl cringe. You look desperate and she'll assume you act the same with other women that ignore you. Who wants to let a guy like that get laid by them? A girl that can't get men, maybe.
I would say about a week later, I see her on a sugar dating website. Now, you might be wondering, what are you doing on there? Well, sugar dating websites can be actually a great tool to meet girls the normal way. Now, why is that? Well, because the marketplace, when you're on Tinder or on Bumble, is super fucking competitive. Now, of course, I have had much success with that.
I'm done. This guy doesn't even have the money to be a sugar daddy, so he pretends to be one, since he has no luck on the other dating websites. Look at him right away trying to explain what he's doing on there. Any man with at least some brain cells left would have squinted his eyes and started questioning this man's logic. This guy even goes on trying hard to convince others, "I'm on a sugar dating website because Tinder and Bumble is super competitive. But of course, I have much success with that too." My friend, if you had success, you wouldn't waste your time on a sugar baby website. I bet $1 million this guy has no success with sugar babies. If he did, he would have posted a video on his success instead of how he allowed some sugar baby to completely waste his time.
Competitive. On the sugar dating websites, mostly creepy old dudes who are trying to cheat on their wives, so your competition is a lot less. Now, of course, there's going to be a lot of heavy gold diggers on there, but sometimes you can kind of game your way into meeting a girl the regular way.
This guy makes me laugh, pretending like he knows anything about sugar babies. A real sugar baby is a gold digger. A real gold digger views you as a money bag. Yeah, it's nice to have a younger guy that isn't married and doesn't have kids as a sugar daddy. But these women aren't stupid, and they know that that's too good to be true. Women know that in order to get easy money, chances are incredibly high that you'll have to be stuck with some old, nasty, smelly man, or a man that's cheating on his wife. They don't care. They just want money. That's what they're on there for. The only ones that I could honestly think that would fall for this trick are the type of women Simon Leviev dated on that Tinder Swindler documentary. Those women were fed false information by others that they can have this Disney fairy tale of finding this guy who's young and fit with no kids, who'll spend all their money on them for no reason. This causes those type of women to end up on a sugar dating site only to get fooled by younger men like this guy. And still, I'm gonna say that that's rare because even those women have the balls to ask this guy for money.
On that website, and I opened her and she was suddenly very warm, right? She didn't bring up anything about money. She was like, yeah, she's like, haha, you're my type, you're so cute, blah, 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 which makes sense since, she opened me on Tinder, right? And so
I love how he says she was suddenly very warm, as if this is something new. Like, come on. Yeah, obviously she was, just like any other girl would be, if they think you might have money. Which is why every man you meet will lie and try to make himself seem more successful than he really is. Talking about, oh yeah, my family has a business, I do this and this and that. It's because he knows that's what's gonna get a girl horny. But have you ladies seen how men act when they see someone that's rich? It's insane how many men scream gold diggers and say money shouldn't matter, but they'll act like they're on coke as soon as they meet someone that's rich. Quick story time. When I was younger, I dated this one guy. He claimed to be successful. He had a nice car and everything. We've been seeing each other for a few weeks, and I remember I took him to my auntie's to quickly pick something up. My auntie isn't super rich, but people in like middle class or higher middle class would consider her rich, I guess. Anyways, the guy I was with, you should have seen his face. His eyes, they got so big. He started trying so hard to get close to my auntie's husband. It was just so obvious what he was doing. Even when we left, he started bombing me with all these questions, trying to figure out ways to get close to my to my auntie's husband. This guy turned from Mr. I hate gold diggers and money doesn't matter to a whole gold digger himself. Right there, I understood fast. This kid doesn't come with money. And take this as a lesson too. If you ladies start acting too excited over a guy's house, car, etc., he'll know you never been with a man like that before. You have no clue of that lifestyle. He'll know also you're an easy target to manipulate. So at this point, he gets her number and he messages her. He says, hey, it's Alex from The Thing. I don't know why he has to call it a thing. I guess he's still embarrassed on the fact that he's not a real sugar daddy and he has to waste his time on a sugar dating website because he has no luck on the other ones, but okay. She replies back with saying, hey, babe, how's your night going? He says, good. Just finished a late night workout, looking nice and fit for a date. Okay. She replies back with saying, good morning. He says, hey, still good for tonight? She says, hey, sure, I'll be staying at South Beach. Where you at? He tells her where he's at. She says, yeah, that's close. What time works for you? He says, how's 9? Listen, I can't believe this guy has a whole YouTube channel dedicated to how to text women because this guy is dry. Like, if I wasn't the sugar baby, I would not even waste a second on this guy. I can't even imagine having to be with this guy in person. Like, his text game is dry. It's insane to me. Like, I'm telling you, look, I haven't watched all of his videos at all. Like, I've seen just this one and I was like, I'm gonna make a YouTube video on that. But I've looked through his like most popular videos and I tried to see any like women in his thumbnails. And those were the videos that I clicked to see what women he has in his videos. And I'm telling you right now, like, most of them were not attractive at all. In my opinion, they were not attractive. The only attractive girl I could possibly see on there was the one with like the half blonde hair, half black hair, but even she looks like she has some kind of issues. I want to say daddy issues, but I could be completely wrong. But she definitely has some kind of issues. Like, she does not look like she's a healthy person. I'm sorry for being judgmental, and I know that that's wrong, but there's no way this guy gets hot women. No way. The only women I could possibly see falling for this guy are women who are below average, women who can't get men, especially men that at least look like him and above, and women who have issues. Because what kind of a girl looks at this guy? Just look at the way he looks and how he talks. You can't possibly tell me that you'll be happy to get laid by this guy. You cannot tell me that. Any girl who can get men will not look at this guy and be like, yeah, I can't wait. Even the text game is weak, and that's like the bare minimum. And forget all of that. Like, he's a dating coach and puts his face out in public for everyone to see. Like, what girl will watch his videos and be like, I can't wait to sleep with a guy who literally spends all of his time on Tinder and dating sites just to get laid? Like, I'm sorry, but what? You cannot even blame me for being so judgmental. It is so hard to see all these dating coaches teaching men how to scam women, how to get laid fast, and some girl with a smile on her face saying, yeah, can't wait to meet this guy, can't wait to get laid by this guy, can't wait for this guy to expose me to the rest of the world that I'm just like the other girls who are getting scammed and manipulated. What? Anyways, to continue the conversation here, there's no point of me reading it because it's boring and dry. All you need to know is that she asks for an Uber, he says sure, and then she tells him that she's gonna get ready. He's telling her, don't dress fancy because I'm dressed in casual. Basically what he's trying to say is just come naked because I'm gonna finish within 5 seconds and then I'm gonna send you home. Now finally we're getting to my favorite part. She replies with, okay baby, I was also going to ask you something. I really want to meet you and I feel super attracted to you, but I want to be honest with you. I'm struggling a lot now. I need some money so I can be alright this week. You think you can help me with that? And this guy responds with, I don't know if you read my bio, but I don't do PPM. I know there's a bunch of married old dudes who use this site for that kind of thing, but I'm not into transactional encounters. I like to meet first and see if there's chemistry. If we click and you become my sugar baby, then of course, we can discuss an allowance. What's this guy's name? Alex, and he's Russian, so his name is Sasha. Sasha, do you have any idea how many other men have tried this? This is like the number one broke man thing that they will send. Like, broke men who don't actually have the money, they're so fast to send these kind of messages. I don't do PPM. It's very rare that you're going to find a guy who will actually pay you and doesn't do PPM, but a lot of men who actually do have money, they don't care to send it to you. It's like cutting off a piece of paper and giving it to you. Come on. Like, any woman who wastes her time, forget it. If a guy says, if a sugar daddy, let's say a guy from a sugar daddy website says, let's go out on an actual date, and if there's chemistry, then I'll do PPM, it can be legit. It can be. But a guy who tells you, come over to my house, I have a cheap bottle of wine, and then afterwards you're gonna give me sex for free, and I'll see if there's chemistry. Like, Sasha, you have to think, like, you clearly target stupid women. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. No, that's crazy. Like, the amount of stupidity a woman will have to fall for this. Like, the only women I could truly see going after this guy are women who are below average or women who just have some kind of issues and they're easy to manipulate, because that's insane. Like, it's so cringe how many broke guys go on these sites and use the exact same thing. And this guy's pretending like he's some kind of original who just created this. Like, you have no idea how many guys try to do this.
Okay, baby, I was also going to ask you something. See, question mark, I really want to meet you and I feel super attracted to you, but I want to be honest with you. I'm struggling a lot now. I need some money so I can be alright this week. You think you can help me with that tonight? I.e., hey, can you pay me for sex? Hey, I want to be a prostitute without actually calling myself a prostitute. Can you like just give me money for like my company? Yeah.
Yeah, Sashulik, that's exactly how it works. Men always say sugar babies are overpriced prostitutes, so why are you pretending like you don't know what a sugar baby is about? You can tell at how upset he's getting when things don't go his way. You think a sugar baby will be upset or offended? for being called a sex worker or a prostitute. Stop acting like you're stupid. You know for a fact what those women are about. And there's many that will sleep with guys for cash too. This woman isn't stupid. She knows you're inviting her to your house for a bottle of wine to get laid. If she's a sugar baby, what makes you think you would even get that for free? Soon as she started talking to you, all she was thinking about is how to get money out of you. This guy clearly has absolute no experience with sugar babies or even gold diggers, and watching him get so upset over this is incredibly funny. I don't know how any woman could watch this guy complain and freak out, and yet still think to herself, oh yeah, can't wait to get laid by this guy. Here they continue the conversation. She completely ignores everything he says. She tells him she's ready. She sends him a hot picture of herself. And he just continues thinking that it's still going down. He's like, I'm at work right now in 30 minutes. I'll come pick you up. And by work, I'm assuming what he means is he's going to be on Tinder, trying to find more women that he can expose for his YouTube channel. After he asks her for the address, she says, what about what I told you earlier, babe? And then he says, did you not read my message? Honey, Sashulik, she read your message. She just, that's the hot picture trick. She's like, I'm gonna send you a picture of me looking hot. Okay? And you're gonna change your mind. You're gonna change your mind after you see what I look like, and you're gonna pay. Anyways, she says, nope, I just got that one that you were working but finished in 30 minutes. Pretending like she didn't get it. He says, oh, weird. Here it is again. And then he resends her the message about how he doesn't do PPM. He then reassures with her that that message actually went through. She then messages him saying, yeah, then I think we can have lunch another day to meet each other. Another day that I'm not pressured about money. I'll just stay here and keep working online to make something. He says, I genuinely didn't take you for the flaky type. I can't believe this guy is using the I didn't take you for the flaky type. That's a little guilt trip that men tend to overuse. My friend, Sasha, this won't work. Most sugar babies aren't empaths. On top of that, she never met you in person, so she didn't even have a chance to actually care about you as a person. This whole, oh, I didn't take you for the flaky type will only work on women that are empaths or below average looking, that rarely ever get attention from a man that looks half decent.
Here and keep working online to try to make something. Okay, yeah, let's just forget about the fact that, I scheduled my whole night for us to hang out. I respond with, I genuinely didn't take you for the flaky type. Well, I'm not. I'm just being honest with you.
I can't. When he says, let's just forget about the fact that I scheduled my whole life for us to hang out, this right here is the only video you need, ladies, to understand how powerful what you have in between your legs is. Men out here making so many videos crying about how hard it is to get laid, how women apparently owe them sex, teach men manipulation tricks on how to get a woman to sleep with them fast. It's almost hard not to be a gold digger nowadays with these type of men running around. The only women that could be saved from these type of men are gold diggers, I promise you. This clip shows you how desperate men with no self-control, the length they will go just to get that hole in between your legs. Men always try to convince women, oh, it's just a vajayjay, it's nothing. Look at how hurt and upset this guy is. He's scheduling his whole life away just to hopefully get laid by a woman he's never met, who for all he knows could be an old man. This, ladies, is how desperate men are. And if a man watches this is exactly why women today act the way they act. Because men expose their desperation everywhere. Even the whole MGTOW, incel, and red pill movement are full of men who think women owe them sex. Just because they're men. This guy sits all day on Tinder, swiping right on every woman, pretending he's some kind of busy man that works. This guy is only busy scamming other men that don't know how to pick up women. He scams them to buy his courses. I don't know if he has courses, but I'm assuming since he's a dating coach, he has courses. I bet you this guy doesn't come with that much money, but for some reason still thinks because he sends girls some dry texts, he deserves some type of wussy.
Does not apply to every girl. Obviously, there's some great girls, and I've met up with a lot of them, but there's also a lot of chicks who are like this. Like, they are pretending to be nice because they want to finesse you for as much shit as possible. And then when it doesn't work out, they flip the logic and they're like, oh, well, this guy, he's like not trying to like really get to know me because he like did this and like he didn't give me money. And that was like disrespectful.
What's even more sad is when he says, this does not apply to every girl out there. Obviously, there's some great girls. What he really means is, if you don't let him get laid fast, with no effort and cash involved, you're basically trash. And you're just pretending to be nice. There are women out there that easily fall for the, you're not like the other girls. I like you, you're chill, you're not like the other girls. And get all excited about that. Reality is, men view all of us the same, but when you whisper to a desperate woman the words she never heard before, within seconds, she's on her knees. These are the type of women that would fall for this guy. Before you attack me for being judgmental, really think to yourself after watching this guy talk. Think, what woman would want to go over to this guy's house, a guy that looks like him and speaks like him, and would leave his house happy after sleeping with him? Exactly. We all know what type that would be.
And that was like disrespectful. Like I've literally heard girls say, oh, well, you don't want to pay me for sex. That's disrespectful. Like what? That you think a guy giving you money for your body is respectful? Like that's a guy who genuinely wants to get to know you. So it's just like this.
This again is something that empaths will fall into. Or women who are desperate for men to give them compliments on how they're not like the other girls. This guy is pretending like he wants to get to know those women. If you invite a girl over to your house in hopes to get laid, why are you so upset that she's asking you for money? Believe me, ladies, with a broke man like him, if you take his hard-earned cash for sex, you'll get 10 times more respect than you would if you slept with him for free. A rich guy won't care nor respect you or remember you because money is nothing to him. But when you run into a guy like this one in this video, money means a lot. And I promise you, he'll remember you. I'd rather get paid to sleep with a guy than to do it for free. I'd rather be called a prostitute, a sex worker, a cheap slut, and take his money. Because we all know if you sleep with this guy for free, especially this one in this video, he'll run so fast back to his little black couch and blast on YouTube how he slept with you for free and how he did it. And honestly, the fact that so many men have been successful at manipulating women, that there's nothing wrong with sleeping with them for free, that it's okay to sleep with men for free on the first day when he hasn't put any effort in. It amazes me how many women fall for that. Because it only further shows you how much smarter men are compared to women.
And the problem is, a lot of it is also the problem is with dudes, because dudes are fucking bombarding chicks with offers. Hey, I'll pay you, I'll take you here, I'll take you there. And a lot of chicks are like, you know what, like there's hundreds of guys who want to hang out with me. And out of those hundreds, there's dozens who will actually pay me cash just for my company. Some of them don't.
I mean, first off, yes. If you're on a sugar baby website, there will be men who pay cash up front, and there will be men who will pay for your trip because, again, it's a sugar baby website. That's what it's for. Most of these guys who do these things, again, are old smelly men, married men that these women don't want, or men with some type of issue. It's very hard to find great guys on there for long term. In this clip, he seems to generalize all women, that even the ones that aren't sugar babies can easily get spoiled because there's so many men. He's saying that there's so many men out there willing to do it. And yeah, that's also true. There are men out there that, surprise, surprise, even though their end goal is to get laid, they also at the same time want to find a partner. Therefore, yes, there are men who court women properly, take them out to dinner, bowling, picnic, movie theaters, and all the days that involve effort. Not that this guy would even know anything about that. Because, yeah, they want to get laid, but at the same time, they see those women as people worth their time and respect. If a woman can get those type of men, what makes you think that a bottle of wine and dry text messages will get her running over to your house? No woman that can get men like this would even think about running over to you, especially to you to get laid. Women don't want to be used. Men should know this already. That's why they come up with manipulation tactics on how to make her think that he's serious about her. This guy doesn't even try to do that. He thinks all girls should just fall for the come over to my house for a bottle of wine trick.
right? And this is the problem. And then chicks go out with a guy who wants to give them money. The guy's probably super creepy, and the chick is like, there's just no good guys out there. And this is the problem that you see quite often in cities like Miami, Los Angeles, and San Francisco.
Okay, I'm still not sure if he's talking about sugar babies or vanillas, but I've never heard sugar babies complain about no great guys being out there. They might get annoyed with the men they go on dates with, but they accept reality. No sugar baby in her head believes that she'll find a husband on these sites. Most don't even look for a boyfriend on there. It's all about money. Women know men don't respect nor view sugar babies, escorts, sex workers as wife material anyway. So why would she start fantasizing about how you could be some kind of great catch? Also, don't be complaining about women who say there's no great guys out there. No offense, but Sasha, you're not a great guy yourself when all you do is sit on these sites all day begging women to get you laid for free.
I've even known chicks who recreationally escort. I have absolutely no problem with that because it's honest. It's pretty straightforward. What I do have a problem with is this kind of sneaky shit. Like these chicks who just want to fucking finesse dudes for money. So I think that's a problem. I think another issue.
Another red flag, any guy that claims to be friends with escorts, sex workers, you want to watch out for. I don't think I captured it for this video, but he claimed that he was friends with some sex workers. I'm talking to the vanilla good girls that want to meet a man for long term. These type of men are not to be trusted. And who you hang around with says a lot about you and who you are as a person. This isn't to talk down escorts or sex workers, but successful people don't become friends with these type of people. At least I've never seen it. Love how towards the end he says he hates sneaky women who try to steal money out of men, as if he didn't just try to go on a sugar dating website, pretending to be a sugar daddy just to get laid for free. Again, this is why not to take advice from certain men. This guy is a complete hypocrite, and the fact that this guy has 87k subscribers just shows you how stupid people can be. This video alone should have exposed how little game this guy has.
To do this, if I had $1 for every time a girl just rescheduled or flaked last minute. Now the funny thing is, this doesn't really happen in Eastern Europe. So whenever I travel through Eastern Europe, generally speaking, 99 out of 100 times, when you make plans with a girl, they show up. And they show up,
Eastern Europe? Is this guy? He can't be serious. Listen, we all know why those European women are showing up on time. It's because you come with that American money. It's because you come with the American green card, baby. One thing that I absolutely love about some of these male coaches is that they teach men, especially men from America, to go to Europe and especially to Russia. Those women are only nice to you because you come with more cash than the men in their own country. Your minimum wage money is millions in their eyes. Do you have any idea how many women? No, you know what? Do you have any idea how many men I know brought women from Europe back to their country just to have those women switch up and leave them for someone more successful? This one guy I know made minimum wage in America. He traveled to Russia thinking, why should I marry an American girl that can't cook, clean, when I can just go to Russia, find a girl that cooks, cleans, and looks good? Of course, that Russian girl was extremely nice. And of course, she also showed up on time. Because he was some Americano that had some cash and green card written all over his face. Soon as he brought her back to America, she realized how much of an advantage her looks had and how much his minimum wage was nothing in America. She left him for some football player so fast. I'm telling you, these American men are delusional, acting like they don't know what women are about. And it's not that these men pick out a girl that's average in those countries. I've seen what these men do. Most of them go to these countries like Russia and pick a girl out that's way out of their league.
All right, hopefully you guys found this video valuable. Like I said in the beginning, this is not every girl. It's important to make that distinction. There are some cool, normal, intellectual girls still left in America.
Again, I know it's a bit confusing and hard to understand him, so I will translate. If you don't go over to this guy's house on the first date that you meet for a bottle of wine to have sex for free, you are the problem in America. If you expect money when a guy wants only sex from you without him putting any effort for it, then you are the problem in America. But for the women that do go over to this guy's house that they've never met before for a cheap bottle of wine and have sex for free, you're not like every other girl. You are cool, normal, intellectual girl.
Of that. Now, if you're a girl who's kind of young and you're thinking about going down this route, don't. It's not worth selling your soul, because at the end of the day, you're just going to be depressed, lonely, and have a cat.
Yeah, okay, because women who sleep with men for free on the first date won't end up alone, right? They won't end up used up, right? And maybe they won't end up with sexual diseases, right? Apparently, only women that expect money for sex will be the ones that will end up 40 alone with a cat. I love when these men try to tell women, oh, you're 30, you're old, you'll be alone. When women who are in their 30s, 40s, and even older know that they can easily get a man. There are plenty of women at 30 getting married, having babies, getting remarried, meeting new men. But men think that for some reason this tactic works and try to scare women off with it. The only way you'll end up 40 and alone is if you have some kind of serious issues or you don't take care of yourself. Otherwise, there's no reason for you to be alone. Look around you. How many women are getting remarried even when they're 40, 50? How many are getting remarried even when they have kids? Who falls for this stuff? I don't understand. As if sleeping with this guy for free will save you from being 40 and alone. Again, I'm a strong believer that this guy targets women who have no self-confidence, below average, women that don't have men taking them out on actual dates, women he can manipulate with these kind of words in order to... I feel like he needs to use these kind of words in order to make her feel less than, because that's the only way that he could possibly continue to get laid. Anyways, thank you all for watching. If there's anything else that you want me to talk about, add on, fix, definitely let me know, and yeah, love you all.